Alright everybody, hello and welcome back to a new video. In today's video I will be showing you how to make money as a merchant. This is a video a lot of you have requested and now feels like a great time to make it. So as you can see, I'm outside of the Citadel right now, which is the faction that I chose, and this is my little shop that I made. If you open it up, you can buy some bread for an outrageous price, or if you want some cooked meat, you could buy some cooked meat too. So let's jump right into it and I'll show you how you can make one of these shops for yourself. Alright, so I'm here in front of the conscription hall and I'm going to head straight in and show you the skill tree for the merchant. So let's head over to merchant, click on skill tree, and here you can see all of the skills that I have purchased for myself. Here are the ones that I have not unlocked yet, and I'll walk you over which ones I think you should upgrade first. Alright, so if you want to make a market stall like I had at the beginning of the video, you're going to want to first purchase resourceful, then purchase market stall, and then you're done. If you would like your shop to still be active while you are away doing other things, then you're going to also need to purchase black market and cashiers. You need cashiers so that somebody will be at your market all the time, so that people can still buy from your market while you're away. Because default, nobody will be able to buy from your market if you're not standing right next to it. So it's kind of useless. So definitely recommend getting cashiers. Alright, so if the idea of a stall doesn't interest you, then you should purchase an accountant as your first skill tree. This will allow your earnings to be collected every 5 minutes, which is very nice if you like to own shops. You can then purchase Beginner Investor, which will level up your shops to level 3, and if you want to make even more money from your shops, then you should purchase Advanced Investor, which will let you level up your shops to level 5, which means you will make significantly more coins per minute. And I'll show you right now what level 5 shops look like. So if we sit out of the conscription hall, I'm going to purchase this musket store. So it's 200 coins. I purchased it, then I will head down here where this giant blue arrow is. Now there's one of these in each shop and they all look the same. They all have this little desk table with a blue arrow. So we'll go to the overview and we can see a lot of stats about our shop. But we can also go down here to level up. So I'm going to level up all the way to level 5. And now we can see we'll make 30 coins per minute from our shop. It'll tell you our total income, our best seller, and the most made, and then how many blacksmiths are on the team. And there's also this thing called toggle investment offers. I keep it on because it means that somebody can invest a certain amount of coins into my shop, and they will get a percentage of the income. But if I die, they will get the entire shop, which is why it's recommended that you disable it if you're a soldier or somebody who's expecting frequent combat. But I'm not, so I'm going to keep it enabled. Now, let's head back to the conscription hall. So, as I was saying, if you're somebody who wants to make a cart and deliver a bunch of items all around, then I would recommend purchasing first accountants, then lost and found, then purchase insurance, then purchase basic pushcart, and you can either get a well-built pushcart, a masterwork pushcart, or you can get an oil wheel and gears, which means you won't lose any speed while pushing your cart. So you can get all these, but it just takes time and money, so those are just my suggestions, but make your own decisions by all means. Before we leave the skill tree, let me just mention this one other path that I like. So if you would like to sell weapons like guns and pitchforks, which often sell for large quantities of money, then you should start by purchasing Lost and Found, Cry for Help, Self-Defense, and then you'll be able to purchase the Arms Dealer. Then you will also have to purchase Market Stall, Black Market, and Cashiers if you would like to purchase this Arms Dealer stat, which I did. It's very nice because you can make a lot more money if like a soldier just needs a gun quickly and doesn't want to wait for a blacksmith to craft one. So now let's go over the second most important building as a merchant, the Merchant Hall. It can be found in Camp Dogwater, and I will walk over there just to show you where it is. So I'm starting at the Citadel, and I'm going to walk to the Merchant Hall. Alright, so now that I'm straight outside of the Citadel. I'm gonna just walk over to the Merchant Hall. So if you're at the Citadel, you can follow me and we will both go to the same place. If you have fast travel unlocked and your faction owns Camp Dogwater, then why don't you just fast travel over to Camp Dogwater or the mining camp and I'll meet you there. Alright, so if you fast traveled to the mining camp, just head straight out here and continue over this bridge. This is where I am on the map, and you've almost made it to the Merchant Hall. It's that little building right there, if you can see. Alright, so I'm right here on the map. If you came from the village, you should see this intersection right here. And as you can see, that is the Merchant Hall straight there. So just keep heading forward and you'll get to the Merchant Hall pretty soon. Alright, so now we have reached the Merchant Hall. So this is Oliver, the Trade Master. So if you press M and click on Shops, then you can see what every shop needs. See, they need 5 cooked fish, 3 cooked meat, and so on and so forth. And I'm going to look at the Citadel right now. 2 gold, 2 leather, 55 wood, 1 gold, a lot of materials, and then 17 iron, 11 coal, and 8 gold. So I'm going to see if there's any gold, because that is my favorite resource, as it makes you the most money. So there is, so there's 10 gold. So I'm going to purchase 10 gold for 360 coins. And I'm going to head straight back over to where I came and sell this gold at the shops to make a profit. So the Merchant Hall is a little different than mining, where mining you don't have to pay to get any gold. You will have to pay to get gold and other resources, but if you sell them right, you will still make a profit, however. And I will tell you what you need to do to make sure you make a profit if you buy any resources from the Camp Dogwater Trading Hall.
Crafted in a variety of flavors that'll make you say, ah. Enjoy juicy peach, zesty lemon.
And you can see there that it said I got 150 coins and my shop earnings have been automatically collected. So that will happen if you purchase those skill tree items that I showed you earlier. And it's quite nice because you don't have to worry about collecting coins from your shop before you die or anything like that. So being a merchant can be a little tedious as it's a lot of walking back and forth. But if you don't like mining or hunting, it's a great way to still make a large amount of money while helping your team stay stocked up on all the items that they need. So if you press M or the map and you head to whatever capital you're at, then make sure you're on the shop section of the map, and then let's see what needs items. So this needs 8 gold, the sword shop. So the sword shop looks like this. It says swords right out front. So I'm going to head in there and sell my 8 gold. So as you can see, there's 2 units in stock and the price changes at 10. So I'm only going to sell 8 from my box.
Upgrade to premium at Grammarly.com.
Alright, so one thing to remember is if you're going to sell anything like gold or something like that, if you don't have any in your inventory, which as you can see I don't, you have to click box. That way it takes the items from your box and not from your inventory. So I have 8 gold that I want to sell, so I'll sell it and make a large profit. So perfect, now there's 10 units in stock. Now you can see if I sold just one now, I'd only make 28 coins, which would be a large loss of money because I paid so much for the gold originally at the trading hall. So now let's see if anything else needs some gold. So it looks like the firearm shop needs 1 gold. So the firearm shop is this one, has that symbol, and it says firearms. So let's head straight in here, head down to gold, and as you can see, if I sold one now, when there's 9 units in stock, I make 140 coins, okay? But once I sell it, and now it's at 10 units in stock, now I'll only make 28 coins. So that's why it says the price changes at 10. Now this is the same for leather with 10, but for iron, it changes at 30. So as you can see, there's 86, so only 8 coins. Same with coal at 30, and same with wood, but at 75. So let's see if there's any other spot that I can sell my gold. Okay, perfect. The armor shop, which is this one, looks like that. It says armor. Once you head in here, I will be able to sell my last piece of gold for 140 coins. If I had any leather, I would sell that too. Let's just check. Oh, I do have some leather. So I don't have any leather in my box right now, so I'm going to switch back over to the inventory button and sell 2 pieces of leather. Now it's important that you remember to switch from box to inventory depending on what you're trying to sell. I've done that a few times where I've messed up and sold all the gold that I wanted to use for something else, and it's quite annoying. Alright, so I'm going to head back over to the merchant hall and I'll buy a new shipment of items to deliver to the Citadel. So I can drop my box off if there's nothing in it, and it'll despawn eventually, but I'm just going to fast travel over to the mining camp, as I was talking about, and walk over to the merchant hall. Alright, so say that there was nothing left to sell in my own capital. There was nothing here. There is stuff left to sell, but I'm just saying for an example. If you want to keep being a merchant and selling items, click on this crown symbol right here, go to diplomacy, click on the legend, and you can see what each of these mean. So if you have a trade agreement, that means that's this dollar symbol, which every single faction has a trade agreement. If you have a trade agreement, then I can sell items to the city square. As you can see, they need a lot of stuff. They need some gold, they need some leather, iron, coal. I can sell stuff to the monastery. They need a lot more. They need a lot of stuff as well. And I can even sell stuff to the village. And as you can see, they all need a lot of items. So if you ever run out of things to sell in your home capital, you can always sell it in other places as long as, and only if, there is this dollar sign going from your flag, which is this one, to the other teams. So as you can see, I have this alliance with everybody on the map, which is why I can sell anywhere I want to. You can look at what these mean. Open borders will have that plus sign, which means that you can open their gates. If it doesn't have a plus sign, that means that you cannot open their gates, which makes it very hard to sell back and forth unless there's a lot of people on the team that are opening and closing the gates often. Just know that the king can take away this alliance at any time, and you may be killed selling other items in the territory if the king decides to declare war. And you'll see that at war if there's this red line right here. This means that I'd be at war with somebody. As you can see, there's none of that red line in my game so far. Let's look at what I could sell at the city square. As you can see, they need a lot of blueberries, they need some gold, they need some leather, some iron. So let's just stick to the Citadel because they need a lot of wood. So let's see what we can import. First of all, let's see what we can import. So because I have my little stall and I have the weapons thing unlocked, I can sell these different swords and weapons at my little stall. You won't be able to do this normally unless you have unlocked the symbol. Something to note is you cannot sell these weapons at your capital. You can only sell them in your stall. So make sure you're aware of that before buying any, because they can be quite expensive. So let's buy some wood. As you can see, there's 208 available. There's a bunch of other different items that I could choose from as well. But I think I'm just going to go with wood because there's so much of it that we need. So let's head back to the Citadel and I can sell my wood. Now, if you have the skill tree unlocked for carts, then you would be able to get a wagon right here. So you need to unlock it in the skill tree and then you can spawn a wagon. So as you can see, I don't have it unlocked yet, but once I have it unlocked, I will be able to spawn wagons and bring them across, which would be nice. So that about wraps up everything you need to know to be a merchant. The most important thing is to be careful while you're walking around and trading items, because players from the enemy team can kill you and you are pretty vulnerable, as you cannot purchase like a baker's rifle or anything like that. So you're going to always want to be careful when you're a merchant. It's a little dangerous. I'd recommend doing it in a small server as long as there is a lot of items needed. Once there's not any items needed anymore, then you're pretty much useless so you might want to just leave and try a different server. However, the merchant is very versatile because it can be used in a small server or a large server. Being a merchant works great in small but also in large servers. If you're in a large server, you can often shuffle around the resources. Say one store has 120 coal and another store only has 10. You can take 20 from the larger store and give it to the smaller store to balance out the stores. It's often harder to import resources from the merchant hall when you're in a larger server because there's a lot of people trying to do it at once, so you have less of a chance of getting as many resources. So I'd recommend, if you would like to just trade a lot of resources and get a lot of XP, you do it in a larger server. But if you would just like to import a bunch of materials and make more money, then do it in a smaller server. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video and it helped you make some money as a merchant. If you have any questions, leave them below in the comments, and make sure to subscribe while you're down there. It really does help out the channel.